what's up YouTube? It's me, the Diva X, and welcome back to the X List with the Diva X. It is now Friday, September 15th. Welcome back to the second edition of X List. So yeah, what has been going on? I know we're just kind of giving you last video, I was just trying to give you guys an update, a welcome back, a why I've stopped. And now let's talk about what's been going on, what's been happening, what's the 411. Well, of course, a lot of new and exciting adventures happened during that time, including, I know I talked about it briefly, the Joanne World Tour, which, I mean, you know, Art Pop, the Art Pop tour was not my favorite tour, and I actually was like, I guess I'll go. Because it was Gaga, but nonetheless, it was probably my least favorite tour of hers that I've been to, and Joanne World Tour made up for it. And now this experience was a little bit different because it is an arena tour that was, in this case, we got to see it in the stadium version, which was slightly different than the arena tour, which, you know, depending how you looked at it, there was a lot of different ways to consider that and look at that differently. And so, you know, it varied, depending what kind of a fan you are. I never seen the show before, so I didn't know that she had moved songs out of the show. I also did not see the floor thing coming down other than in video, so I didn't know that, you know, like you can't miss something you didn't have. So there's that. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I had an amazing good time. Great company, Bestie Jeff, Franklin, and of course my little brother went, and it was such a good time. And then they got drunk in Tower. So yeah, let's talk about being drunk in Tower, in Castro. Sorry, I don't know why Tower obviously is the area here. So yeah, that's the other part of it. And I know those of you who follow me on Facebook, I have not been enjoying alcohol, partaking in alcohol in this period of time as well, that and I'm not in recovery. I don't have a drinking problem. I just really, and it's not even, I'm really getting into why I stopped. It just didn't do anything for me. You know, it does help have a good time, trust and believe, but that was really the only reason that I would partake, and like just to kind of loosen up and have a good time. And then before I know it, it was one too many, and nothing happened. There was not a moment. I just didn't like the feeling of the day after, and I wasn't hungover. I was still functional and up and at 'em, but I just was feeling like like there was like a feeling. I don't know how else to describe what it was other than the feeling. And again, it wasn't hungover. I wasn't down for the count. I wasn't like, oh, this was, you know, dragging throughout the day. I just felt a certain type of way, and it would only happen when, you know, after I had alcohol. And I'm not anti-alcohol. I don't shun people for drinking alcohol. I have a glass of wine every now and again as needed, you know, socially. When Malibu graduated from law school, I definitely partaked. I'm not anti, but of course, obviously, with that, when I do drink or when I have drank, it definitely takes it up a notch, and it's definitely like the first time, you know. And I think the time before his graduation, I drank was in Vegas. And even then, in Vegas, I got a little wasted. I will tell you that, and it wasn't my fault. It was Malibu's fault. You know, he just kept handing us stuff before we were heading to the club. And even then, it was just one of those moments where I just felt like, ugh, it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't do anything for me. Like it's not an enjoyable experience. Let's put it that way. I just don't like the way I feel. And so, yeah, that is the only reason why I've not been partaking in alcohol, which I also think is part of why I've not really been really out, because, you know, it's really hard to deal with drunk people when you're not drunk. And I've learned to, because obviously I've been going to events and things like that where everyone else is drunk and I'm sober, or, you know, not on their level. So, you know, I've learned to have a good time not drinking, and it is possible. I still go and do things, and I still have a great time. And so it's just a different time. And again, I really wanted to focus on the things I was focusing on, and have a clear brain and have a clear, be my best self in those moments. And I've just been able to continue it. I've just been wanting to continue it. Again, I know I said in the last video that those opportunities, you know, recently came to an end. But I plan on continuing it. I just feel that it's not that important. And again, I'm not anti-alcohol. I'm not anti-drinking. I'm not saying I will never drink in my life again. It's just with major moderation and really only for special occasions. And so that's that. And that's another change that I've made. And it's, you know, I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything, to be completely honest with you. So I continue that up. Yeah, it's a different. These videos have evolved over time, and obviously with growing up, you change and you evolve. And so yeah, what else can we talk about? Let's talk about music. Okay, right now on the playlist is definitely some hard hitting SZA. If you have not gotten to SZA, SZA is how you spell it, and it is an amazing album. It's called Control, like the keyboard control, like control button. That is the title of the album, and it is her first studio release album. She does have some mixtapes out, 3 mixtapes to be exact, prior to the album coming out. So those are also really good. And so if you haven't had an opportunity to at least check out the Control album, because quite frankly, I'm living for it. Also, I don't know when's the last time I made this put on here, but Solange album, I finally got tickets to go see her at Berkeley next month, and so I'm super excited about that. I've been wanting to check out Solange live for a very long time, and well, since her new album came out, and I'm excited to check her out. The sounds that she put out in her last album were super amazing and super dope, and I can't wait to check that out. Of course, Miss Madonna is putting out the Rebel Heart Tour finally on DVD. I got to see that up close and personal live, and so the DVD comes out on the 15th. If you haven't pre-order it now. DVD, Blu-ray. You can get it digitally. You can get it. There's a 2 CD version. There's a 1 CD version. There's, you know, she knows how to take your money. She knows how to take our money. And that's what she's doing. So yeah. Then of course, back to Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is coming out with the documentary also on the 15th. On Netflix. So if you are a fan or not a fan, but just want something interesting to watch, please make sure you check that out, because I think it's going to be great, based off the clips I've seen. And yeah, what else can we talk about? Oh, life. You know what it is? Very complicated situation. I have been kind of just like doing my thing as much as possible, and just really kind of just focusing on my life and the things that I need to be doing to, you know, have a career and have focus on other things, and not be so caught up in the gay lifestyle. Not to be anti-gay. It's just there's a lot of drama in the community. Again, it's just one of those situations, and I know I've talked about this before on here, but really just kind of putting in the work to not be part of it, and just really staying away from all of it, and just not partaking, you know. And there's always moments where people will come and, you know, give you the tea or whatever the case may be, and it's like, it's really hard. It really truly is, because it's not for disregard of what's going on in the community or what people are doing. It's just, if it doesn't pertain to me and if there's nothing I have anything to do with, I really don't care to know about it. With that being said, of course, you know, if someone's being hurt or someone's being treated a certain type of way that is unfair, or, you know, and someone's venting, then by all means, I'm not that person to not care about, you know, a friend's feelings or something like that. But as far as just the gossip and catty and petty and all those wonderful words, I really truly try to stay clear from it. Obviously, being involved in the show and obviously being part of the community, you're still going to get that directed towards you. And as I've said on this video before, I'm definitely not sitting around a table chit-chatting about people. So if you ever hear or think that I feel a certain type of way, or you've heard me say, or someone said you've heard me say, or whatever the case may be, by all means, please do hit me up. You know where to find me. I have no problem with clearing up any miscommunication or lack thereof, to make sure that everyone's very clear about where I am and my standing on certain situations in life. You know, and unless you've heard it from me, either here or on my Facebook or from in person, then don't believe it. Don't believe that's true. I also feel like there's a lot of people who just kind of can't live without the drama and can't live without being part of the vicious cycle of gossip, and it's interesting, and you see those people so caught up in it, and it's like it's unfortunate, really, because really, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, none of that really matters, and those things that do matter are the things that will continue to be there even after the drama's gone. And so I think that's really kind of been my mindset, mostly just trying to not be all up in it, if you will. There's more important things going on in my life, and hopefully in others, that the other stuff just kind of falls to the side. And I think that's me. That's my opinion. You're here watching it, and I hope you enjoy it, because I'm going to really be talking a little bit more about that as well. And again, I know I mentioned the podcast last video, and I'm really kind of hoping to have more of that kind of those conversations, and you know, more life stuff versus drama stuff, because yeah, you can get drama on the corner, bitch. So yeah, I don't know. So that's that. It's just a good time to it's a good time to be alive, and you know, considering all the weird stuff that's going on this planet. I don't want to really talk about the election and all that fun stuff, because I haven't really talked to, well, if you follow me on Facebook, you know how I feel and where I'm at with all that fun stuff, which I'm sure more than half the world is. The world, not even just our country, the world is in an uproar. And with all the things going on politically, and with the motherfucking nature is coming down, you know, with all these storms and earthquakes and just shit going down, it's like you really have a hard time. You know, again, it's one of those moments where you really should be focusing on the real important shit in your life, because if you're not, you're really losing focus of what life is all about. And you know, we live in these times that are just like so ridiculous, and so it's an interesting time, and I don't know how you know, it's gonna be, I want to say it's gonna be an interesting 4 years, hopefully not much longer, maybe even hopefully less than 4 years, if you know what I mean. And so yeah, I think I've said in this video too many times. I've heard myself now repeat it, and that's not good. I've gotten out of the habit of using that word, and then I obviously took some time off, and now it's back. And so I apologize for the but I'm working on it. I'll be working on that now that I realize that that's the thing. So yeah, thanks again for watching a video number 2 back in the series. So if you notice, I shortened the title. It's now just The X List, not My Life on the X List. I mean, it's still, the working title is still My Life on the X List. However, I'm just going to use the working title X List with the Diva X, because it's just easier to type, quite frankly. So yes, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for, yeah, whoever's watching, thanks. Tell a friend, subscribe, like, comment, share. Come out and join us every Thursday at the Exotica Show, Club Legends, midnight showtime. Yeah, turn the party. And again, check out my website, www.divax.net and www.exotica.net. Thank you guys for watching. Good night.